company. Yeah. my Volkswagen. Thank you again. As Ray was nice enough to mention, I recently had the pleasure of performing that routine at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. Now, just around the corner from that theater is another theater called the Cork Theater, where for 5 years ran the longest-running magical musical in the history of Broadway. That was The Magic Show. I brought with me this evening one of the tricks used in that show. Now, it's not one of the biggest tricks in that show, but it is the favorite thing that I do, because I get to sit down while I'm doing it. This is the illusion of the torn newspaper. Now, in this effect, I apparently take the Miami Herald and rip it to shreds, and then by the sheer magic of mental concentration, I'll restore it back to these original 4 pages. So that you remember the newspaper when you see it again, please remember an ad, or a picture, or anything you recognize when you see the newspaper again. There's the back page, there's the front page, and now the illusion begins. What happens? I call this an illusion because I never actually tear the newspaper at all. Some people swear they see separate pieces. The illusion is aided by the fact that you think you hear this noise. It's like a Miami phone book at this point. Magician does well on Nordic Prince. Now comes the magic part. This is where I take all the pieces of the newspaper and put them back together again. So that as you can see, the newspaper is completely restored. You don't believe me? Props used in the magic show. Now, this is a pair of handcuffs used during the Houdini sequence in that program. I'm going to get locked into those handcuffs here this evening, but to lock me into those cuffs, I need the help of a couple gentlemen from the audience, and there's 2 gentlemen sitting right over here ringside. Would you 2 come on up for a minute? Would please give them a big round of applause? Stay right up here. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. I haven't met either of you before. My name's Ward. Your name is? Chuck. Thank you for coming up. And? Vince, thank you for coming up. These are the keys to the handcuffs that are on the bottom of this ring. Would you hold on to this, please, and don't lose it? These are the handcuffs themselves. They're old Soviet-style cuffs. Let me explain to you all how they work. There's a large link here in the center. Chains with smaller links here at the ends. That's where my wrists go. And 2 locks that hold those chains together. All solid steel. 2 keys on the bottom of that ring. Either one of them works. Would you take and unlock the lock on this side if you would, please? There you go. Take the lock off the chains. I'll take the keys for a minute. Give that padlock a good look over. If you would, please, you'll find it to be an ordinary lock. Would you take the keys, Vince, and take and unlock the lock over on the other side here? Now, this style handcuff was discovered by Harry Houdini very early in the century on a Russian tour, and he used them for years and years after that on his American vaudeville tours. Take a good look at that padlock, if you would, please. It's made by the same people who make my umbrellas. I've got to find someplace to put the keys where you all can see them, where you know I can't get at them, and where you know that they're safe, and I think I found just the spot. Stay right where you are. Here's the cubs. One wrist goes down here, the other wrist goes at the other end. Let's get right into these things, but so that everyone can see. Can we move back? Closer, right back here. Just come on in back here. Would you lock the ends of these two chains together around my left wrist, if you would, around my right wrist, if you would, please? Does the lock look okay? Yeah. It's just an ordinary old padlock. Snap it shut. Good. One wrist goes at that end, the other wrist goes at the other end. Would you take and lock the ends of these two chains together around my left wrist so that my hands are bound behind my back? One hell of a way to make a living. Snap it shut. That's terrific. Okay, let's go. Would you take one step towards me, if you would, please? Turn your whole body towards the spotlight. That's right. Face forward so everyone can see the keys and realize I don't grab hold of those things. Could you pull backwards on that center link? That's right. Pull away from me. Pull. Let go. Let go. And take one step forward and turn your whole body towards the spotlight. That's right. Just keep looking that way. Stay right where you are. Now, did you bring a watch with you, perchance? Good. Would you take the watch off? Because we're going to time this effect and see just how long it takes for me to get out of these things. You've got the watch over there, but I'm not going to have you do the timing. I'm going to have you do the timing right over there. That's the second hand. Don't start timing yet. Would you pull on the center link, if you would, please? Because that's right. I'm the big one in the middle. That's right. Because some people think that I can slip my hands out of this thing, which is not the case. Let go. Turn back towards the spotlight a moment, make sure I don't grab the keys, because some people think that I use the keys when I try to get out of this thing, which is not the case at all. Don't start timing yet. Now, Houdini, when he did this trick, used to have his assistants bring on a cloth cabinet. It was like a little tent, and he'd crawl in there and try to get out of these things. I've brought a lot of paraphernalia with me here aboard the Nordic Prince, but I'm not going to use a tent for this. Instead, what I'm going to use is this vest. To give you a little darkness, sort of isolate my... Could you pull the vest down, if you would, please? Sort of isolate my wrist as I try to escape from out... Hands don't do this work. Not the vest. Hold the vest in your left hand like you're doing, but the watch and the vest. Both the watch and the vest in your left hand. That's right. That's your left hand, but up high in your left hand, just like that. Stay right where you are, but keep looking towards the spotlight. Right over there. Just watching the people on the left, move that over there, stay right where you are. I'll try to figure out how to get out of these things in just a moment. Now, Houdini, when he did this trick, as I mentioned before, used to hide himself within a cabinet. Not only do I have no place to hide, but I have these two jokers, gentlemen up here, watching my every move. And so that I cannot possibly escape without their knowledge, would you hold on to my right hand with your left hand? Means nothing personal. Relax. To the boys in the band, just hold on. You have my right hand with your left hand. You hold on to my left hand with your left hand. Just like that. Relax your grip a little bit. Hold the vest up high. Just like that. Just have the key over here. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Do you have the keys? No, I have the keys. Should I let them out? No. Don't worry, I'll let you out in just a second. There we go, good. Just like this. Can I have that ring back, please? And you get rid of that ring around the collar. I'll get you out of this side before your hand changes color. I'll take this first. For helping me out, I have this gold watch for you as a souvenir. Thank you for coming out here and helping out. I'll take the death, thank you. A great deal of interest in Indian culture, Indian philosophies, and Indian histories. I brought with me tonight one of the classics of Indian magic, and I'd like to present for you people now the classic Hindu basket illusion. finale tonight, I have brought with me the rest of the Houdini sequence from the magic show. The escape that I'm about to perform for you now this evening was the escape that made Harry Houdini famous throughout his career. Chris?
Great applause. This is an outstanding act. Ward Thomas and James Galvin in Cabaret tonight from the Magic Castle in Los Angeles and New York City's Radio and City Musical. One more time for Ward Thomas and James Galvin. That is stupendous. Thank you, Ward. Thank you, James.